Well, having tried to catch my breath, would you believe it? I think Kenya must almost rank as favourites now, the way things have gone. So it's a Kenyan side with wins over Tunisia and Hong Kong, defeat by England. The Kenyan side who've never been in the cup competition before versus the reigning champions, winning all through pool games between Georgia, USA and France. Winners in 2005, winners in 1997. Here are Kenya. Athleticism, virtuosity, enthusiasm unbounded. The captain, Humphrey Kayangi, his brother, Collins Injera, the man with pace, the spearhead. And here, Fiji, massive in stature, men mountains up front, Naevo, Satala, Burotu. And then the skills out wide and the power as well of Nalanga, Wiley, Daunivuthu, Nanuku and the captain, Veroniki Goneva. What a contest. Here's the referee, Garrett Williams from New Zealand, the 37-year-old product manager. Are we going to see another turn up for the book?
Oh, this is unbelievable, Nigel. Those who paid the money to come here have been treated. Crikey, in the first three quarterfinals of the Cup. And look at the supporters there, the Fijians alongside the Kenyans in the Emirates stand.
Calmness prevails, but can Kenya contain their excitement? Can Fiji turn on the form that we saw coming through against France in the last pool game last night? It's Kenya to start, and it's Fiji to face. Immediately to Apalosi Satala, a knock-on. One almost looks for omens in these opening moments. This massive figure from the British Army based in Edinburgh, Apalosi Satala, brother, of course, of Viliami, who is already a legend in World Sevens, and Naevo, Satala, Daunivuthu, Delasau on the bench and Nanuku in the starting line, all played in the last World Cup, and indeed Delasau played the last two World Cup sevens. Hands in the scrum, and it's a free ball for Fiji now, away via Goneva. The big drive, massive man from Clement Auvergne, Napoleone Nalanga. What an impact player he is, an impact for Clement Auvergne. Seen time and again this season, but he didn't release quickly, and it's a chance for Kenya to get hands on the ball with Kayangi, Humphrey Kayangi to Victor Oduor. This delightfully friendly team who've really risen in the ranks of World Sevens to make Cup semi-finals in the IRB circuit for the first time. Now, can they bring their running skills, their athleticism to the fore? They have it again. This is the captain, one of the mainsprings, of course. Kayangi on the switch. Looking for the support, taken by Adema, Biko Adema, Oduor. Not the quickest player, but tricky. They want to release Collins Injera. He's the man who can outflank most. Big tussle here. What a lovely flick, reverse pass. Adema again. Dumped. Fiji. So powerful, so physical. Penalty here. Off the feet. Sealing off. So it's Oduor. Quicker men out to this side. Kayangi first. He's having a little tilt himself up the middle. Tries to set the ball in. Went forward by an inch.
2.5 minutes they've controlled the ball. Kenya certainly not overawed in the way that the results have gone in the first three Cup quarterfinals. Let's just have a look at the angle here. Yeah, no doubt, good refereeing on position is Williamson. But Kenya not overawed, Nigel, and that's a good sign.
They've stayed calm. They've learned so much in terms of discipline and in terms of defence, which has brought their game to the top levels. Fiji we know all about. How many times have we seen? But it's a loose ball, and there's a chance and a score for Lavin Asengo. Well deserved for Kenya. Lavin Asengo, the 25-year-old from the Mwamba club. Is this to be the start of something special again?
In our notes we've put down here, brilliant at the pickup, and it doesn't get any sweeter than that. Very uncharacteristic of the Fijians there. Look at that. That is not easy, ladies and gentlemen, to pick it up like that. The ball there, and Kenya strike first.
The man who's played the most tournaments in the IRB 7 circuit of all this lineup, Lavin Asengo, the 25-year-old. And that will calm the nerves yet more. They are vulnerable. We couldn't beat them, will be their cry. Fiji, though, Well, wait for the riposte, wait for the backlash that will come from the men in white. Men Mountain, we call them. Massive figures, 17.5 stone, 18 stone up front. And they've got an even bigger man on the bench, Villemoni Delasau, as an impact player of some substance. Knock on, nerves maybe, Fiji here. Their handling normally impeccable. It's one of the characteristics that makes them stand out from the rest.
He's one of the best too, Nanuku, the experienced 33-year-old, was here 4 years ago in Hong Kong. And look at the face of Ilicia Tanevulu. Early hours of the morning in Fiji. Bulla to all of you. I know you'll be around the television sets watching this game.
Yeah, Bulla from me as well. It's Kenya's ball. And at the moment they lead 7 points to 0. A successful conversion. They come wide. Here's the pace man. This is Collins Injera. He's going and he's gone. Oh, he's left the ball behind. The anxiety of the moment. Oh, he puts his hand to his head. He can't believe it. He'd done the hard bit. He was gone.
Mark, that is a crucial moment. Commentating with Keith Quinn from New Zealand, I said to him that the 87 Rugby World Cup, Corin Duadua going down the sideline against France, that would have put them into the semi-final, in fact into the final. And Jeddah has done it, and earlier for New Zealand it was Wakasin Duadua. How crucial will that moment be?
Well, he's got to put that behind him, poor fella. No one wish that on anyone in any team. But it's happened, and they've got to contend with that as Fiji break away for the first time. What pace up the field coming from Daunivusu. Not the pace to go the whole length, but to get clear and feed on now to the massive man, Semisi Naevo, into the hands of Goneva, the captain. First time we've seen Fiji with half a chance with the ball, and Nanuku. Oh, Naevo's not even looking. Was that a knock off his backside, actually? So it doesn't count as a knock on, and it goes with Goneva. Poor pass to Nalanga. They're the team making the errors. They are fragile of temperament, just in a way as we've seen Kenya in the past.
Look at that, 4-3. They lead the errors made in the opening 6 minutes of this match. Very uncharacteristic, very un-Fijian. But don't write them off.
Never.
Such a look at the crowds here from Kenya, the supporters, terrific crowd, sell out here. And just to remember, there are another 8 or 10 that are out the back watching the quarterfinals of the Cup for the women.
Well, each of these quarterfinals I'm picturing as an Olympic final. Can you imagine? What a thrill. This is thrilling enough. Here's Injera. Well, it's an option which one sometimes questions. The follow-up by Adema. Daunivusu back there. They'll need to turn over the ball if it's going to be called a successful kick, but it did take the pressure off for the moment. Fiji just, well, he's got the benefit of it in the end. Ball not played by Fiji.
Very relaxed, wasn't he? Captain there going back. Daunivusu, I think it was, who claimed the ball. Goneva is the captain. But Kenya, what an outstanding 7 minutes to lead by 7-0.
Garrett Wilson saying we'll play the scrum, so Gibson Weru Kathusia. There's an awkward scrummage just coiling round in front of him. It's a scramble for the ball, but it's brought out by Kenya, and they go to the half-time. Sensible enough just to keep things calm, tipped into touch by the captain, Humphrey Kayangi. And they turn round after 7 minutes, leading the world champions 7 points to 0. Well, it's breathless stuff. This is, I've never seen a sequence of games to surpass, and certainly in terms of upsets. The three of the 4 top fancied teams have gone out at the Cup quarter-final. There's one left to play.
Look at that final stat, Nigel. Possession kicked. Fijians know that ball in hand wins them games. And it's normally around 6 passes, 6.7 passes that they'll score a try. They've had their chances today. And the Kenyans.
Benjamin Ayumba. They kicked well less than they used to, but Stay cool, take it easy. How can you? But it's a good advice.
Guys, 7 minutes peke yake tupatiane alafu fungaje twende huko. 1-2
Kenya, stay calm. Well, they have done, haven't they?
They really have. The way they controlled the ball for the first 2.5 minutes impressed me. Suggests that they are not overawed. And look at their supporters.
So calm,
unbelievable.
Around the world we see them, the Kenyan supporters. Wonderful support. Brings such a vibrancy to the occasion. Wherever we go, mad about Kenya Sevens. I think the world is actually, and of Fiji too. The legacy, the ability, the national sport, and let's hope it's a brilliant finale to this contest. It's 7-0 at the moment to the men in red and black, and they have early possession, spun wide. Collins Injera, not much space this time. White out on this wing, Alan Onyango, he's pretty speedy. Meanwhile, Nyambu with the switch. Oh, it's a clever pass to Oduor. Chunky Oduor. Not the pace to go the whole way, but he's trying to set up a half chance in the middle. And he has done to Biko Adema. He's unchallenged, Biko Adema. The 21-year-old scampers home. And Fiji lead by 2 tries. Unbelievable scenes. Was this written in the stars? This was going to happen in the IRB Sevens Rugby World Cup 2009. Was it written in the stars that the 4 top teams were destined to go out at the quarter-final stage? This could be the moment that clinches it.
That was the pass that actually created some space, and Oduor did magnificently to set away the former captain of the Kenyan under-10s, still a baby of the team. What a special moment. And Kenya extend their lead. They now have 14 points ahead. Oh, Nigel, I'm running out of wish lists.
Well, it's taking the game onto another planet. The global game of Rugby Sevens reaches new heights because that gulf of the top teams of 10 years ago, of 5 years ago, has been whittled away. We have now so many teams capable of winning any tournament, any IRB World Cup Sevens, any Olympic Games, when I trust that comes to pass. 5 minutes to play. Naevo, never ever exclude the possibility of a turnaround by Fiji. But Kenya try to smuggle them into touch on the far side. Still in play, a knock on by Red, advantage to Fiji. 1 try back and you know they're in the game. A converted try, then it would only be 1 more to level it.
We've seen them score 4 tries in 5 minutes. You never ever take your eyes off this Fijian side. De La Salle, he's the experienced player brought on now. Was there in Mar del Plata 8 years ago, 4 years ago in Hong Kong when they won it.
When they won it by beating New Zealand in the final, England in the semi in extra time, Argentina, Japan, Portugal, Canada, Hong Kong, Australia. Now they're on the rack, but Nalanga, he's a huge, massive and flying wing 3/4. The man from Clermont Auvergne, can he go the distance? The cover from Collins Injera, but the pickup is by Orisi Sareki. Brilliant support play. One of the great characteristics of Fijian rugby. The little tap with De La Salle, who's just come on as replacement. And they are back in the hunt. It's 14 points to 7.
4 minutes for the Kenyans is going to feel like 4 years of planning. And what a breakthrough. Brilliant, Nalanga. And then the Orisi Sareki, that's his first touch. Good move by Elisa Tanevula to bring on some fresh legs.
Well, what a moment for a man who only came in as a late replacement to the squad. Now they've still got big guns out there. They've got Villamoni De La Salle, veteran of 2 World Cups, a semi-finalist 2 times ago, a winner in Hong Kong when they took the Melrose Cup under Waisali Serevi. Victor Oduor, not a bad option here because there's only Daunavuthu covering, and Oduor keeps control, gets it himself, cuts it back, and away it goes. Humphrey Kayangi, the captain. This could be the moment, perhaps. What a score, and once again, What brilliance we've seen in this game from Victor Oduor. They're dancing, but they must not presume anything at this stage.
They're dancing in the stands as well. I'm just breathless. Victor Oduor, he's going to get a contract with AC Milan with his soccer skills there, beating the players, and the captain, as he always has been, right on the spot. Oh, terrific from Kenya. They're back.
Well, it's their own ritual. Collins and his fellow brother, Humphrey Kayangi, the two of them, of the family Imunji. But you can't celebrate even with 3 minutes only remaining for Fiji. The reigning champions, though, know they have to score at least 2 converted tries to take it to extra time. It's hard to credit. It's a knock-on advantage, Fiji. 2 converted tries, that's their immediate target. Nothing less. And a breakaway with a Sengo's kick through. It'll use up time, if nothing else. And it's going to be a 22 dropout.
Well, a new name could be on the Melrose Cup if Fiji don't qualify, because all 4 semi-finalists would have never been there before, Nigel.
Absolutely right. And indeed, 3 of them will have never been in a semi-final even. Oh, it's a brilliant race here. Ashioya can't quite hang on to it to take it over, to clinch it for sure. It's a knock-on and we've 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes, it's almost out of time for Fiji. Almost for Fiji.
They'll be down to their fingernails in Suva. Good awareness to get there, and what a lovely weighted kick.
In Suva and in Nairobi. If you're listening in, well, you have witnessed an amazing spectacle here as Horace Owiti Otieno comes on. In the last, probably, of the replacements, Oduor goes off. What a game he's had. And it's down on the Fijian 5-metre line, right on their line, away by Daunivutu. They've never really got underway. They've really had to struggle to get possession as Nalanga tries to set something up. 1 minute, 30 seconds. 2 converted tries to make extra time. But this could be the end. Or is it offside? It is. It's still offside. They've got to score from here in the next 15 seconds to have any realistic chance of taking this to extra time. Fiji, the reigning champions, the champions too of '97, winners of the Melrose Cup those 2 times. They've been outwitted, they've been out-rumbled up front, and they have struggled to just release their runners. It's all Kenya. This is a knock-on with 1 minute. I think they can start celebrating in East Africa now. Benjamin Ayimba, what a job he and Oscar Asir and Felix Ochieng, 3 great players of the past, have done in bringing through the new breed. They are about to celebrate in the stands like you won't believe, because having never gone beyond a bowl semi-final, they are going to go into the cup semi-final. They have only 30 seconds to survive. It's impossible, and it could even be the fairy tale end for Kenya. Oh yes it is, oh yes it is. And it's away, and the score is by Collins Injera. The celebrations can be rampant now.
His brother scored 90 seconds earlier. You saw them dance. And there it is. Here comes the dance right now. The disappointment of Elasia Tanivula.
If you're going to beat Fiji for the first time in history, where better to do it than on this stage, in this rugby theatre, against Fiji in the Cup semi-final of the World Cup Sevens. And here the man who has so often been the inspiration, their top try scorer, is Collins Injera to wrap it up. They go to ground as the final whistle sounds, and they celebrate the most amazing sequence of Cup quarterfinals one could have conceived. It was Wales first. It was followed by Samoa, it was Argentina, and it was Kenya. And so a new cup name will be written on the Melrose Cup 2009.